everybody. Thanks for joining me on another Tia Talk podcast episode. And I am going to go on the record as saying this might be the most controversial episode I've done. I've actually it's been weighing heavy on my mind for about 2 weeks. And because I feel it's very relatable. And I was hesitated in doing it, but I really don't give a crap anymore. And hear me out. Hear me out before you jump my ass. So I'm sure many of you know, most of you know, what's going on with the whole Elon Musk Tesla thing. And by the way, this is not a political episode. It's not a political. Just hear me out. A lot of people don't like what Elon Musk did to help this presidential administration, and they started attacking his. No, let me rephrase that. They started attacking Tesla car dealerships and Tesla car owners. For those that don't know, Tesla, the electronic car, was put out and designed by Elon Musk. Okay, boom, got that out of the way. So to rebel against what Elon Musk is doing for the president of the United States, current president, they're attacking Tesla dealerships and Tesla car owners. Now, here's the issue I have and how it relates to me. First of all, you're not hurting Elon because the cars have already been sold to dealerships and private citizens have already purchased these cars. So you're not hurting Elon. What you're doing is hurting the average private citizen or a private business. But here's why I wanted to do this episode. The other night, they were interviewing a man in California, actually, and he lived way in the middle of nowhere. Probably, I think it was like Northern California, and it showed kind of the area that he lived in. It was very remote. He lived on a dead end street. Looked like it was like a mountain kind of environment. And he showed his security camera footage that woke him up at night, and there was this guy all dressed in black, all scary looking, creeping around his backyard and covering up his security cameras. So I didn't hear the whole story. I don't know if the guy, the homeowner just, of course, did not want to go out there. He had a wife, he has a small child. But by the time he was able to call police, go out there, the guy had already vandalized his Tesla. And this man looked so scared. I mean, when he was doing the interview with the news reporter, he genuinely looked scared. I felt so bad for him. And at that moment, I remembered what it felt like to own a pit bull in the late 80s and the early 90s. You see, a lot of you that listen to my stuff, my content, are too young to remember all this stuff. Okay? But before there was pit bulls and parolees, pit bulls were like almost hunted down. As a matter of fact, I want to say 2005. I have to Google it. I should have Googled it. Denver, Colorado went on an all-out hunt. And I'm not exaggerating. There was a pit bull attack out there, and Denver, Colorado banned pit bulls, but they went a step further. They were like the Nazis breaking down your door. Yes, because I saw video footage of it. A friend of mine went out there to film what was going on. And they were dragging personal pets who have never been out of the home. This one that gets me the most was they were animal control and law enforcement was dragging this pit bull out of its house. And the little kids were screaming. And it was heartbreaking to watch. So all these pit bulls were getting slaughtered. And they had nothing to do with the attack. They didn't do anything wrong. These private owners were getting, citations and just being hunted down. It was even so bad that even if you did not live in Denver, if you were passing through from another state and they saw a pit bull in your car, they would stop you and confiscate it. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not exaggerating. My friend actually did a little YouTube documentary on it. I don't remember the name of it, but it really happened back then because people were angry about what this one particular pit bull did. So let's take it out on all the privately owned pit bulls who are doing nothing wrong. And it became so scary. And I know because, like I said, prior to that, when I first got into the pit bull rescue, you were scared to go out in public with your pit bull. When I was approached, oh my God, what year was it? 2001. Prior to we call it the Denver Dog Massacre. Okay. But prior to that, same thing kind of happened in Los Angeles. A pit bull, two pit bulls killed a child. It was a breeding pair. Won't get into the specifics yet. Yes, it was horrific. Same thing. Los Angeles said we're going to ban pit bulls. They're ticking time bombs. Put away your children. They're going to put the fear of God in people. It was like something out of a movie. And literally overnight, not only were pit bulls getting tied to fences outside animal control or animal shelters, but there were, oh my God, I'm not making this up. I saw it. People's pit bulls were getting stolen out of their yards. And in one particular situation, I forgot which city it was in Los Angeles area, but some people had taken some pit bulls and hung them like by a noose in a tree and let them hang to death. There was one particular pit bull puppy that we ended up taking that somebody had taken rope and wrapped it around this pit bull puppy, like almost like a mummy, just wrapped it and wrapped it and wrapped it and wrapped it and wrapped it. I mean, you couldn't even see the puppy. It was wrapped in rope and tossed it outside of a car, just left it on the side of the road. And someone found it and we got it. All these pit bulls were being punished. And it became like mob mentality. It became like a witch hunt. So when I saw this father so afraid for his little son, so afraid to drive his car, a car that he bought because he wanted to be eco-friendly. There was a woman that got chased recently in her Tesla, and these guys blocked her in the street and started pounding on her car. And one news reporter, I forgot her name, she's a dog lover though, and she's like, these people that are going around attacking private citizens for the kind of car they drive, what if there's a dog or a child in that car and they're setting them on fire? What if the parent just stepped away for a minute, or maybe they're in there, you don't know. And it's like, you're attacking like just regular people for the kind of car they drive. This is supposed to be your way of rebelling, protesting. And again, it just took me back to a place with, you're attacking us because of the kind of dog we have? My dog didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. There's ways to handle your grievances. But turning into an angry mob and turning it on an innocent person, I mean, how scary is it for these people that maybe that's the only car they own, and now they're scared to go to work because of what might happen to them? At least with our pit bulls, we could kind of shield them in our house back then. Except for if you live in Denver, they just kick down your door. You don't believe me? Google it. And make sure you click on images when you Google, because the one picture I will never, ever get out of my mind is somebody took a picture at one of the animal shelters in Denver in the freezer, the big walk-in freezer, and the pile of dead pit bulls. I swear to you, it was probably about 4 to 5 foot high, all the way, the entire big walk-in freezer. Just tons of dead pit bull bodies. And these dogs did nothing wrong. Their owners did nothing wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a pit bull and name it Tesla. Okay, I got that off my chest. And again, I'm not backing up any political party. I don't even vote, to tell you the truth. I don't know enough about politics to know how to vote. But what I do know is when an innocent person is being bullied by bullies, because it happened to me, it happened to my people, it happened to my kids with our dogs. All right, I'm getting off my soapbox. All right, y'all. Sorry to go so deep, so dark. I will catch up with you on the next episode of Tia Talk.